Why, Heidi ho. So, today I'm studying Zohar. Um, the message for today is back to all the things that are going on around the world. Um, Threats of war and all this, that, and the other. So, anyway, we're studying Zohar today. It took me to Talmud, and something is brought up in Talmud, and it's because of what came out of Zohar. So anyway, when there is a plague upon the earth, do not show yourself in the market. Well, that's not directly mentioned in Torah and Tanakh, which some know as the Old Testament, but it's mentioned in Talmud. And the teachings, oral teachings, and teachings that are brought down from the rabbis, our sages, the priest and the high priest, Kohen and Kohen Gadol, um, are very wise teachings, and that's why you should start following some rabbis. Um, Even those of you that don't believe there's such a thing as a God, well, you've been misinformed. You just don't understand what our Ima Abba actually is. So anyway, Talmud Bava Kama 60b brings us together. When there is a plague on the earth, do not show yourself in the market. Okay, well, it comes down from Talmud, like I said, and it's a Talmudic teaching. And Exodus 12:22, we're advised, so the people were advised to stay inside during the plague in Mitzrayim, uh, which is Egypt. And in Isaiah 26:20, encouraging people to enter their room and shut their doors until a tempest has passed. Deuteronomy 32:25, mentioning that outside the sword will bereave and end the chamber's terror. So it's telling you to stay inside. Um, so also in Torah and Tanakh we're taught many will fall to the left and many will fall to the right. So anyway, the man who lives by the sword dies by the sword. So it led me to think of things like um, people who worship the altar of the state. So that's the left side and the right side. The Democrats and the Repulsivans. So that's what you get for voting for a king of the flesh. You're placing your faith in other men, and you're a coward, and you're bowing at the altar of the state. So some people recently, within the last few years, took a jab in their arm because they wanted to go to the market. And you know, I've mentioned about Sabbatean Frankist ideology. They've turned everything on its head, and what is wicked they are trying to make look good because they want to bring about Mashiach. And they believe that since all the world can't be good, then they're going to turn all the world wicked, and that'll bring about Mashiach. But the problem with that is all the world can't be bad. Hashem ultimately has control over everything. So anyway, those who bow to the altar of the state are going to sacrifice themselves. So the men of war, those who live for war and believe in shedding blood of others, you're gonna be the ones that are going to get the clock out and punch out ticket this time, because you want to live for war. You're bowing down to the altar of the state. Anyway, everybody likes bread and circuses. Give them bread and circuses and they'll never rebel. A wise man sees that the emperor has no clothes. The emperor's naked. When you start truly looking at Torah and Tanakh and Talmud and Zohar, and those of you who call yourselves Christians, you've been led astray. Because you're not even following the holy days. You're following holly days. Holly has to do with witchcraft. So the holly branch from the holly tree, the tree that they pull it from. So anyway, Hollywood. Holly weirdos. So you're following all that. So that's evidence of mass formation psychosis, both the left and the right. Those who stray to the left and the right don't go to the left or to the right. So those who are on the left and right, all of you have strayed. And I was there. I've seen the wicked on both sides. Um, but you have to do a tikkun and rectify things. Anyway, the only way to rectify is to truly get to know Torah and Tanakh. Not to read somebody else's version. Yes, you can gain knowledge and wisdom from all places. So when it says in a Christian's New Testament that so-and-so was born in the manger, well, all of us were born in the manger. We were born around the beasts of the field, including these bodies, because this is not our original form. This is not the body that we were originally created. This is what we were covered with. The klipa is the husk, the covering. And yeah, I just see a lot of people. There's issues with the ones who took the jab, and they've already proven a lot of that, myocarditis and all this other crap, and so it's attacking inside the body. And then there's those who are going to die by the sword because they want to live by the sword. You've turned the Seal of Solomon, which is the Star of David, into an idol. Wrap yourself in it, just like fools wrap themselves in what they call the Star-Spangled Banner. But you got to realize it is a banner. It's a Title 28 corporate banner. It belongs to the United States. That's why when you wrap yourself with it, and some man comes up and pummels your ass because you're boycotting his corporation, but yet you're holding his corporate flag, he has a right to whoop your ass. That's funny. When you really think about it like that. You're so stupid, you're going to protest a corporation while you're flying its banner around your shoulders. And then you get your ass whooped and you're like, yeah, you had a right to do that to me. Yeah, he did. You got his banner wrapped around you. He's taken possession of what belongs to him. That banner belongs to the United States. Same thing with the Star of David. When they put it on a banner, and Israel is a Title 28 corporation. It's a corporation that was created by the bankers. And that all goes back to Rome because they used the Gregorian calendar date, so it's attached to the Gregorian calendar. And talk about, oh, well, in this year of the Gregorian calendar, somebody gave you Israel. Really? Well, I think quite a few thousand years ago, somebody else gave you Israel. And he has more strength and power than anybody. That'd be our Allah, Mother and Father. So that's the message for today. God bless. Much love.